This video is how this embroidery machine helped me, a high school student, buy one of my dream cars and go to some crazy destinations. Alright, straight into it, no intro, no nothing. This is how I made about $8,000 with my embroidery business in high school. I would just sell basically stuff like this over and over and over. Definitely sold hundreds of them. This was, I think, a couple of years ago now, but I would use, oh, it's heavy, this machine here, focus, and I had two of these. I had two of those, and they cost about $500 each. It was a pretty big investment for me at the time. I think I was about 17. But from there, I was able to turn that into, like I said, about $8,000. I'll show you the PayPal invoices. On one account, I believe I have about $6,800 on there, and then there were some in-person transactions with like people who went to my school and through Snapchat and everything like that. It's a great hustle. I don't really know why I stopped doing it. It was kind of a stepping stone because once I got enough money out of that, I switched to cars. And I do think about getting back into this quite often, especially looking at these PayPal invoices now because it was a pretty good gig. I think sometimes I forget how good it was. I'll put up a picture on the screen of what my basement used to look like during this time. It was literally a warehouse, but it was pretty like time effective. I would just kind of set it up, and then every like 15 minutes you'd have to come change the color if it was a bigger design. This, like I said, like I showed you, this Nike one would take about 50 minutes to make. And other ones, I would just do the center swooshes. Those would take 2 minutes, and I'd make like $22 per unit off of them. Anyway, let's look at the PayPal. Screen record if I had a software for that, but I'll refresh this even, just so you know it's legit. Anyway, we have about, as you can see, 168 invoices on this account. And you'll see the prices will range from like $40 all the way till $130. And there's a lot of them on here. And this is the one that totals about $6,800. So here's the step-by-step on what I did pretty much. I'll start with where I sold. I would start on Snapchat, where I would just basically, like for Valentine's Day, I had these hoodies that were like Nike, and they said like, they were something, it formed a heart, and I sold, you know, probably 10, 20 of those in Snapchat, just to like friends and people at my school. I also, the biggest thing was Reddit. I would go into anime sub-communities, and there I would advertise the like embroidery I had done for that specific anime, and then people in the comments were like, oh, that's very cool, where'd you get that? And then I'd kind of be coy about it, and be like, oh, well, I actually sell these if you want. And then they'd DM me and I'd sell them to them, because a lot of the subreddits really don't allow you to sell. And also, the biggest one was in Fashion Reps. It's a subreddit based around replicas, right? So what I would do in there is I would take a fit pic, or just like the clothes spread out on a bed, and I'd have some replica shoes alongside the sweatshirt I'd make, you know, one of the Nike ones like that. And just some pants, right? And typically the idea was that people would like it, they would comment, oh, where'd you get that? And then they would message me and buy it from me. And that worked. The first day, actually, I was in high school, junior year. I made one, I posted it in the morning. It was a Killua one from Hunter x Hunter. And at the end of that school day, I think I made about $370 revenue, because I sold about 6 or 7 of them at about $50 a piece. And that was a great feeling because I was just able to do that through school. Like, start the school day by posting it, end the school day with $370, go home, make them, ship them the next day, rinse and repeat. And that's pretty much what I did. As for stock for the sweatshirts, I think it would be from bulkapparel.com. I would just buy hundreds upon hundreds of dollars of different blanks and get them delivered to my house. They would average between, you know, $10 and $12 a piece. And then embroidery costs would be a few bucks, and then I'd sell each unit for about $40 to $50, which would mean each unit would make me, typically after shipping, about $20, somewhere in the ballpark. Funny thing is I got into all of this because I was trying to work a job to get a car I really wanted, and it just wasn't getting me anywhere. So I saw some people on TikTok doing this, and I thought I should give it a try. I really wanted a 80s Toyota Supra, and my minimum wage job was not helping me get towards that. So I got these and they helped me get it. I actually got one about a year later, and then I got some better ones, and now I'm on my third. It's the best one that I've had. But yeah, without these machines, I definitely would not have been able to actualize that goal. As for thread and everything else you would need, that's pretty much all Amazon. You need a bobbin, you need thread, you need backing to like stitch into behind the t-shirt. I would typically only do sweatshirts too, by the way, not t-shirts. So a lot of crew necks, a lot of hoodies. And like I said, my best one is I take hoodies, buy them for $14, and then I would put the little check mark here, and then I'd sell them for about $40. Keep in mind, people knew that they were fake, because this was the replica subreddit. It's not like people thought they were buying genuine Nike. People knew this was fake. To be honest, it was pretty easy. There were a lot of days where I would just have so much money coming in. I don't think I realized how insane this was, that I had a day where I posted a bunch of sweatshirts, and then by the end of the day, I had over $1,000 revenue in one day. I don't think about how insane that was for the time. Yeah, I would just sell anime, replica stuff, and sometimes I try to make my own designs, but I didn't really get too far into that. But this was a great time-efficient hustle in high school that I would recommend to nearly anyone. The startup cost is pretty low. You're going to be starting up at about $700-800 total. And then from there, realistically, you should be able to make that back within a week. I'm sharing this hustle. It still works. I'm sharing it just simply because I don't do it anymore. I've just moved on from it. And I still have this machine, and I'm probably going to sell it soon. So maybe it'll even be in the description of this video for the eBay listing. I don't know. But if you try it, good luck. I highly recommend it. Worst case, if you can't sell anything, just sell all your supplies and you'll get most of your money back. It worked great for me. I think it would work great for pretty much anyone out there. These machines are part of the reason why I was able to travel to places like, Japan, Croatia, Italy. They really aided me in my journey. So yeah, good luck to anyone who tries it. If you have any questions, comment below and I'll try my best to answer them.